All right, man. Let's talk about NBA last night. James Harden did his thing. I'm gonna speak on that in the Nuggets game. It was good games last night. Uh, I'm not watching the Warriors and the Lakers series. Fuck them. Uh, but I don't know who playing. I guess the Warriors and the Lakers playing today, and the Heat and I watch the Heat and Knicks. I don't care. I'm tired of looking at LeBron. So you know where I stand on that at. So unless LeBron don't get popped by 50 or 100 points, I won't watch it. Or he break his fucking clavicle, then I'll report that or something. But I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't like LeBron at all as a basketball player. Y'all know how I feel. Um, uh, it ain't nothing personal. It's just I don't really fuck with him. Uh, but yeah, man. Last night James Harden went off for 45. Only had 3 turnovers, 6 assists, 2 steals. Tobias Harris gave him 18. Tyrese Maxey, him and Harden played well together. Joel Embiid set out last night. Um, this Pete Reed dude did pretty good, 10 and 13. And I think people assuming that Boston is sleeping at the wheel. I think that's the assumption about Boston is that they overlooking their opponents. But guess what? Part of the coach's job is to keep a team focused. And it seemed like Boston is headed right back to where they was when Brad Stevenson was the head coach, where you know they had no discipline, or what I'm saying. Like, you think this team will be like motivated after what happened last season in the finals and how they performed, especially Jason Tatum. And I also think kind of people blame Kyrie for making that locker room toxic, but also you can't blame Kyrie because no more because Ime Udoka healed that locker room. He brought them back together real quick, and he did. But the kicker part about it is the kicker part about the whole situation is that now you kind of hearing like Jalen Brown, like he don't want to be there. He want to be like Tracy McGrady and get his own team, and how many other guys left a situation and wanted to go be the man. And what he don't understand is this: you got to understand a lot of those guys that left and went to go be the man somewhere else. In which I got a hunch that he probably go down to Houston with Ime Udoka, just a hunch. They go leave him be the man. They body break down from carrying a team. Like T-Mac was counting on Orlando to get Grant Hill and eventually go out there and get Tim Duncan. But apparently that story changed so much. But apparently Grant Hill say Tim Duncan, they won't let Tim Duncan girlfriend him. Doc Rivers won't let his girlfriend, his wife's girlfriend, ride on a plane with the team. And ultimately, that's kind of what happened. But nonetheless, what happened last night was James Harden didn't have any pressure on him. That's what happened. James Harden didn't have any pressure on him last night. Um, that's what literally happened. James Harden didn't have any pressure last night. He got to play loose. There was no expectations for them to beat Boston without Joel Embiid, and that's what happened when you get a loose Harden. That's exactly what happened when you get a loose Harden. That's exactly what happened. When you get a loose James Harden who don't have no pressure on him, he played like he was game 5 of the regular season. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I mean, he played very, very loose, and there were no expectations on him. He looked fresh. He looked healthy. He looked in great condition. Um, and he played well last night. He got into a rhythm, and I think the thing about it is there was no expectations to win, so Harden got to play loose. So now there becomes expectations for him to win. Even if Joel Embiid comes back, they now have expectations to win. Will James Harden continue to say, fuck it, I'm just going to play my game? Or will he turn back into James Harden, playoff loser, playoff choker, and succumb to the pressure? That's the $1 million question. Last night it was you was playing with house money. They didn't nobody picked them to win. So he got to play loose. He got to play real loose last night. So nobody picked him to win that game. So he got to really, what Mariah Carey say, shake it off. And I'm kind of disappointed. Now was a couple times where Jaylen Brown and Tatum took him, but Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, especially being two of them, somebody got to take the bull by the horns. They scoring all these points. Somebody got to step up and guard them. And they shot the ball well last night, but not in the fourth quarter. James Harden outscored both of them combined. Somebody got to step up and say, you know what, Jason, or you know what, Jalen, fuck Malcolm Brogdon guarding James Harden. I'm stepping out there on James Harden. Somebody got to take the challenge. Who gonna take the challenge? Who gonna take the challenge? Who gonna take the challenge? And nobody take the challenge. Even if he got hot and he got you one time, all right, my turn to guard him, and let's wear his ass down. And nobody sat there and took the challenge. Nobody took the challenge, man, and that was concerning. Two really good defenders, bigger than James Harden. Even though he got in the groove and it probably wasn't no stopping him, neither one of them got out there and took the challenge, and I ain't like that. These today's NBA player built different, and they have their excuses. Well, I was tired and I don't have energy to play both ends. How the fuck they do it back in the day? You know what I'm saying? So even in that short period, somebody should just say, you know what, Brown, you take care of the offensive side of things. I'm gonna go out here and score a bunch of buckets. And then, I need you. That's what it should have been. But going to Denver last night, Chris Paul left with groin tightness, so we knew somebody was gonna get injured. KD is not 100%. I think you've seen the best of KD behind him after that Achilles injury. After that Achilles injury, Devin Booker doing everything he can do. But DeAndre Ayton is just simply not upholding his end of the bargain. I don't know why they're not trying to play T.J. Warren, Larry Shamet, Terrence Ross. They need to be in there buying minutes. But DeAndre Ayton is just a waste of a space. 8 rebounds, played 33 minutes, 5 personal fouls, 4 turnovers. He came in when he got drafted and said this was his team, and he ain't doing nothing to change that. And like I told Kobe 2K fan, he's soft. And Nikola Jokic went out there and got 16 rebounds on him. And Aiden is more athletic, even though rebounds is more than athletic. It's more about who wants it more, determination, blocking out. And Jokic just went off, and if Aiden can't dominate Jokic on the offensive end or dominate him on the defensive end, it's gonna be a long series. So Jamal shot 0 for 9. He was 1 for 11 the majority of the game into the fourth quarter. He shot 0 for 9 from the 3-point land, and they still found a way to win. KCP hit some timely shots. Aaron Gordon contribute. Michael Porter didn't give you nothing. Jeff Green gave you some energy off the bench. Really, they held everybody down, but KCP, Jokic, and Aaron Gordon, and they lost. So that's a bad sign on top of Chris Paul hurting his groin. That's a bad sign. Because Michael Porter Jr. gonna show up for a game. He gonna show up for a game. He gonna show up for a game. You know what I'm saying? He gonna show up for a game. You know it. So Jamal Murray not gonna continue to have bad game after bad game after bad game. So yeah, I would say, even though people gonna say, well, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are good enough to get them back in this series, yeah, they are. But by Murray having a bad game, Porter having a bad game, and not getting much from their bench, they're in trouble coming game 3. And if Nikola Jokic got the mindset to go out there and kill and go out there with a scorer's mentality and continue to be aggressive, this could be quick four. This could be a quick four. This could be a real quick four, bro. And Denver just too deep. It was a bad matchup. Simple as that. So shout out to Nikola Jokic and them boys. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine piece.